Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video, we're going up to the International Space Station. Going to look at a variety of things. We're going to start with this video sent in by Mary Hall. This is clearly identifiable. It's a man-made object. We may not know specifically what it is, but you can clearly see the solar panels extended. Looks like either a Earth-orbiting satellite or it's some sort of a Earth-orbiting deep space telescope. Again, clearly man-made. This thing is moving a little bit faster than the International Space Station and came relatively close. Another good observation by Mary Hall. And we're going to take a look at some other excellent observations from the International Space Station. Going now to Wyoming, received this video footage from Joy just a few days ago. This is unedited. She said she didn't do anything to it as she sent it to me, and you can see the snow particulates in the sky. That's what creates this incredible phenomenon. However, they're not typically this intense. That is an exceptional example of a sun halo. You can see a new photo here on the homepage of the website. This is from a few weeks ago as well. This is a tornado in Colorado that came very close to Rick and Donna as they were able to safely observe the tornado from the front porch of their house. Taking a quick look at the Schumann resonance, you can see there's been an increase in activity, a long duration spike, not the biggest spike we've seen, but definitely long duration, lasting somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 to 8 hours long, and it's been unsettled for the last 3 days. Hopping over to the GOES X-ray flux, looking at the recent solar flares, and nearly had an M-class solar flare about 3.5 hours ago. Don't know if that was Earth-directed or not, still waiting on the data to come in. Coming over here to poweroutage.us, you can see there's still some power outages in Arkansas, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. All of those are related to the recent ice storm that went through the area. Coming over here to Moon Giant, looking at the moon phase for today, February 25th. It is rocking a 32% waning crescent moon if you see it in the nighttime sky. I want to take you guys now down to Australia in the Queensland area. Article dated yesterday, the 24th. It was updated about 15 hours ago from abc.net.au. Goes on to say wet weather continues with more than 400 millimeters. That's around 15 inches of rain falling in 3 hours. And that is a significant rainfall total amount. Getting 5 inches per hour for 3 hours, you will definitely see flooding, and they did indeed. And the rain continues as there's been a whole plethora of flood warnings throughout the area. That would be down in the southeastern Queensland area near Brisbane, Toowoomba, the Gold Coast, and the rain is expected to continue. And looking ahead for the next 7 days, we'll see how much rain is forecasted over here at ventusky.com. The map will probably change burgundy, and it did indeed. Looking at anywhere from 6, 7, maybe 5 inches of rain along the coast, maybe a little bit more. That's over the next 7 days. So you should start to see a decrease in the rainfall totals as we move forward in time. Keeping an eye on this potential cyclone over here in Western Australia. This is the new updated forecast. It has changed some, and it will probably change some more. Now looking at a potential landfall, actually 2 landfalls, making landfall as a Category 1 cyclone, and then making landfall as a strong Category 3 cyclone in Western Australia. That would be on Wednesday, March 2nd. So we're keeping an eye on that area as the storms are lining up again down here in the southern hemisphere. This makes like the 3rd round. I've seen storms down here lining up like planes like we saw in 2017 in the northern hemisphere regarding hurricanes. You can see 2, one in the southern Indian Ocean, one over here in northern Australia, and that's the one we just spoke of over here at ventusky.com. And then there's an area they're watching right here off the northeastern coast of Australia that could potentially become a cyclone over the next 2 or 3 days. I'll take you guys now up to the International Space Station. I showed you what a Earth-orbiting satellite looks like. This is either a satellite or some sort of a deep space telescope. Now we're going to go up and take a look at a white object following, once again, close to the International Space Station. This was observed by Carrie L. from Fountain Inn, South Carolina. This is the location of the space station at the time she saw this white object off the west coast of Australia. And at the time, it was out over the Indian Ocean, the southern Indian Ocean, approaching the west coast of Australia. She followed it all the way across central Australia, and you can see what looks like a white object. It does look like it has some sort of solar panel array behind it, but it's difficult to tell. I have this in fast forward as the entire video was over 5 minutes long, and she observed this thing for the better part of 20 minutes as it was keeping up, like the other one I showed you, with the International Space Station, ultimately passing the International Space Station, which implied it was moving a little bit faster. Here I zoom in as close as I could get without becoming too overly pixelated. Looks like a white object. The other one I showed you that Mary spotted was not white. This almost looks like a version of a space shuttle, a smaller space shuttle. But keep in mind, this is a pretty good distance away from the space station, even though it's in the field of view and it's relatively speaking close to the space station. It's probably 100 miles away, I would guess. That's pretty good size. Bright white, definitely has some sort of a array, some sort of a structure on the backside of this thing. This is the original format. Here in just a moment, I do some enhancement work to those still images, trying to pull forward any other features, maybe some lettering or something like that on the side of this very interesting object that was orbiting the Earth here just a few days ago with the International Space Station. In fact, moving a little faster than the space station. Here it is in black and white. Light is dark and dark is light, and I could not pull anything else forward other than what we saw in the original video. This is the same day, same location. From the ground, Carrie noticed this white object looking up into the sky instead of looking down from the space station. This was above Fountain Inn, South Carolina. Another unusual white object. Been seeing a lot of these things here lately, moving through the daytime sky, and she happened to capture that on video. And oddly enough, it had similarities to what she noticed from the International Space Station. This video footage was sent in by Mary Hall from the International Space Station a few weeks back. This was during a walk. That's an astronaut right there. Almost looks like he dropped something, but there's no gravity up here, so that would not be falling back down towards the Earth. That is moving through space, more than likely has some sort of a propulsion system on it. Difficult to say because it's very hard to see and it was moving very fast. Here's yet another one coming in from left to right. Mary noticed this one as well, and it too was moving at a high rate of speed. And again, it couldn't have been anything the astronaut dropped because we're in an anti-gravity environment. So whatever that object was, like the first object we saw, it was moving very, very quickly, much faster than the International Space Station. Yet another excellent observation by Mary Hall. You guys can check out our YouTube channel, link down below in the description box. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.